Okay, so welcome back. We are on chapter 9. I definitely didn't read all 9 chapters with you guys. I've just been kind of skipping around. But I feel like this is the kind of book where you don't really have to read it straight through. I am smoking some runts. Oh, my camera's gonna die, of course, so we might do a short one, but a good one. We're going to relax and feed our brain some good thoughts, okay? So, chapter 9, Loincloth Man. It is better to be hated for what you are than to be loved for what you are not. Andre Gide, French author, Nobel Prize winner, fearless self-explorer. Every May, I go backpacking through the desert, wild wilderness areas of southeast Utah with 2 longtime friends of mine. It's one of the most magnificent and bizarre places I've ever been. Giant, jagged, obstacle-y pink ridges of rock just out of the ground like huge slabs of raw meat. White, yellow, purple towers and sandstone stretch and twist into sculptures made of taffy. Deep cracks in the earth's surface from cathedral-like slot canyons whose walls smooth over the flash floods of sandstorms change colors from moment to moment as the sun rays shift through the narrow opening high above. It's like the moon, only cooler. We merely trip through this alternate universe, picking up colorful rocks, climbing around on boulders, arguing over which eagle or snake or mountain goat should be awarded creature of the day. Because my friends are such excellent navigators, we go deep into the wilderness areas where there are no trails and even fewer people. In the 16 years I've been hiking out there, we could practically count the people we bumped into while backpacking on one hand, which is why I was so surprised and dubious when my friend Tom, who'd go ahead to find us a place to set up camp for the night, reported that he'd seen someone. I just met this really wild guy, he said when I caught up with him. He was wearing nothing but a loincloth and a headband. He was holding a spear too. Said he'd been living in the canyon for 13 years. Was he riding a magic dragon? I'm serious, so who is he? He went off to check his squirrel trap, but he couldn't come back. Tom is a lousy liar, and wherever he was taking this joke, he wasn't getting to the punchline fast enough. So I put down my pack and started assembling my tent, only half listening to him. A few minutes into it, I was bending over to hammer in one of my stakes. I looked at my legs and saw a pair of tan feet in homemade sandals, strong naked legs, and a dead squirrel dangling by its tail from a fist. I stood up, spun around, and there he was, Loincloth Man. What Tom did not mention was that Loincloth Man was totally hot. He was somewhere in his late 30s and ripped, lean, savagely tan, bald, and shaggy brown hair with a matching beard. He fit the part perfectly. Modern-day Tarzan, slayer of buffalo and ladies alike, which, stunning as he was, instantly made him a little bit suspect in my mind. The fact that his loincloth was impeccably tailored and appeared to made out soft Italian leather, not some ratty canyon rabbit. Would you mind handing that to me so I can have a closer look at it, please? His whole deal was just a little too cliche. Couldn't he have just worn shorts? And was he really going to eat that squirrel? Still, we gathered around him like a baby pig at the state fair. Awestruck by our luck, this time there was no argument. We had clearly found the creature of the day. He was real friendly and answered all of our questions at a slow, deliberate pace, explaining that this and several of the neighboring canyon systems were where he had made his home. He told us very matter-of-factly that he found modern society unnecessary, complicated, and misguided, so much that he preferred to live only with what nature provided him, storing him grain in the winter and sleeping in the cave. The thing that struck me more is the fact that he cut his hair with a sharp rock and probably wasn't wearing any undies, was that he was totally unapologetic. There we were, shifting around, feeling suddenly ridiculous in our expensive hiking boots and UV protection clothing, while he described how it took him weeks to whittle the bow and arrow he used to kill the deer who hides now serve as his bedspread. Good for him, I thought, as I watched him walk away, swinging his squirrel like a purse. He wasn't worrying about what he should be doing, or what he was missing out on, or what some chick from LA thought of his fancy crotch belt. He was just happy being true to himself. In the moment, in the middle of nowhere, I want to be like Loincloth Man. Love yourself, no matter who you really are. That was chapter 9. Now this is chapter 10. How to tap into the mother lode. Chapter 10, Meditation 101. You are never alone or helpless. The force that guides the stars guides you too. Sri Sri, Indian philosopher, social revolutionary, author, composer. Meditation, otherwise known as sitting still and thinking about nothing, is one of the things that can just stupidly simple as it is surprisingly hard. It is surprisingly hard. It reminds me of those contests where a bunch of people stand around a brand new car or truck and whoever lays their hands on the longest gets to take it home. The winner winds up on the front page of the local paper, victorious and sleepy, smiling from behind the wheel of their newly won ride with a thumbs up from the camera. Terry Tallman's very own Jill Bowender was the proud winner of the 2012 Chevy Standoff held in Green Bay, Wisconsin this past week. Jill beat out of 68 other contestants from around the country by standing for 173 hours and 9 minutes in the Home Depot parking lot with her hands placed with unyielding determination on the hood of what soon to be her new Chevy Silverado. I'm so excited I won, she said. There was some stiff competition, some folks who I thought would never back down, but I really brought my A game. With meditation, the simplicity is equally misleading. That's all I have to do to connect with source energy. Sit and do nothing. It can't be that easy. Well, it is, and it's not, which is why it's called a meditation practice. When you shut up and meditate for even 5 minutes and start to really notice the thoughts that are swirling around in your brain, it's rather illuminating. If you're like most people, the majority of your thoughts are about as valuable and interesting as a bunch of 2-year-old fighting over a sippy cup. The goal is to quiet your mind of the chatter so you can connect to the source energy and instead listen to your inner guidance. I'm going to give you the breakdown on how to meditate, but first, I want to recommend that you start small and work your way up. Try meditating for 5 to 10 minutes each day at first and add on time as you get less squirmy. There's no right way or wrong way to do this. No set amount of time, no correct things to feel, no rules about how to sit or where you have to do it. All that matters is that you have to want to massively improve your life. It's like drinking lots of water or exercising regularly or not bad mouthing other people. You don't have to do it, and the temptation to blow it off is extremely large. But if you make a habit of it, not only will you start to crave it, but your entire life will change, because when we meditate, we practice getting into the vortex and connecting to source energy, which automatically brings us into the present moment, raises our frequency, opens us up to receive ultimate information and ideas, relaxes us, relieves stress, strengthens our intuition and ability to focus, allows us to hear our inner voice mirror clearly, fills us with light and love, puts us in a good mood, and helps us love ourselves. Meditating and being in the vortex is like riding the airstream of awesomeness. Here are the extremely short and simple steps of some ways to meditate. I'm not going to name all of them because my phone's about to die. My camera's about to die. But let's start off with the basic meditation. So you sit in a comfortable cross-legged position like I am on the floor, or in a chair with your hands on your knees or in your lap. Sit up straight and relax your entire face, especially your jaw and your forehead. Close your eyes, or if it helps you focus and not fall asleep, keep them open and gaze softly at a spot on the ground a couple of feet in front of you. Focus on your breathing. Notice it moving in and out of your body. You don't have to breathe in any special way, just focus on it. Gently release any thoughts that come into your brain and focus on your breathing. Keep your mind as clear and as empty as possible, and listen for intuitive hits that may or may not come through. And that's it. Options and suggestions. Set a timer. You got enough distracting thoughts without checking the clock to see how long you've been at it every 30 seconds. 2. Light a candle and focus on it. Sometimes having a place to rest your eyes can help center you and in the zone. Sit and face a candle and place that in the floor in front of you while you meditate and see if that works. Others imagine a bright light. Others use a mantra. You could do it first thing in the morning so you're more connected. If there's something in life you're working through, you can set an intention to help us during your meditation practice. You could do a guided meditation where there's videos, there's, podcasts, all kinds of things. Chanting is also a great way to get into a meditative state where you repeat a mantra over and over again. So I hope that gets some of you guys wanting to meditate. I know I definitely want to meditate. I've only done it a couple of times in my life. It's definitely a lot harder than it seems. So I'm going to try to do that first thing in the morning tomorrow. Maybe even before bed. I don't know. But I hope you guys liked tonight's reading. I know I sure did. And I hope it just gets you, thinking in the right direction. So, sorry for my dog snoring in the background. I hope you guys have a good night and you sleep good and take care of yourself. Bye.